Alright guys, so I am shooting at a new range today. This is the Missouri Mile is what it's called. It is kind of near Max Creek, Missouri. And I have only been out here one other time. I don't know this range well. And I pulled up today and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a little bit of an NRL Hunter type stage just to test myself. I'm going to put myself on a 4-minute timer on my phone and I'm going to hit go. I know there's a couple of targets out across this valley here. I don't remember the distances of them. I'm not like cheating this in any way. So I'm going to pull up with my pack and my rifle and everything set up just the way I would at an NRL Hunter match, which I have never done before. So this is all just guessing at this point until I actually have a chance to go to a match. End of this month I'm going. But I'm just gonna test myself and see how I go. So I'll put the camera back at a little bit of an angle so you can see everything that I'm doing. Yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna put the camera down and we're gonna see what happens, and that'll be the video for today. So here we go. There you have it. So this was 2 different targets, 2 shots per, and if you're familiar with NRL Hunter type matches, if you impact on your first attempt, which I did, that target was at just under 400 yards, like 393 or 394. I impacted with my first shot. That would have been the most points that I could get on that particular target, and then I switched to a target that ended up being a little bit different range than I thought, at least according to my dope. So either my dope's off or I did not range it perfectly. Anyway, on the second target I missed both those shots. So and I stopped the clock with about 45 seconds left on the clock. So I guess something else that I just want to throw in here before I finish out is a couple of tips that I can throw your way that I know are pretty decent ones, even though I haven't done an NRL Hunter match. This seems to be a generally accepted good idea. Some guys are using rangefinders like the Terrapin X that Bluetooth with a watch like my Garmin Tactics Delta. And as I range a target, it actually syncs up with the watch, and I just look at the watch and can see what my drop data is for that particular range. So you might have seen me do that. I ranged, and then when I was done ranging, I checked the watch just for my drop data. And then, I was able to just remember it because it was only 2 targets. And so that seems to be a pretty good tip, a pretty quick way of going about it. Also is just, shooting off of a tripod. Shooting off of a tripod with a barricade bag up on top seems to be the norm to me. Not very often are you getting any kind of, good props like our standard barricades, right? Like you're not getting these tires to shoot off of. You're getting unnatural. You're getting natural terrain, which can throw all kinds of wrenches in the works for you. So a good tripod to get up over brush and obstacles that might be out in your distance, and then throwing a bag on top of it. So if you haven't practiced that a ton, like I haven't practiced a bag on top of a tripod all that much. I mean, you get used to one type of competition, which is PRS, NRL, standard type of competition, and then all of a sudden when you have to build your own base out here on the clock like this, things take longer than normal. You probably saw me farting around a little bit with the bag. It's like I picked it up and I was like, oh crap, my tripod is too tall, so I had to drop the bag, readjust the tripod, things like that. So another thing is just making sure that your drop data is good. Anyway, wind call was good. I've got about a full value 5 to 7 from my 3 o'clock, and so that wasn't too much. I actually wasn't even off of the plates out there at that 425 yard distance. Those were big enough plates to give me plenty of wind budget, so that wasn't an issue here today. But knowing your dope and making sure it's all trued up, it's a good idea. Thought I'd throw a little piece in here about the Sig Cross rifle. Now, this is my first day using it, literally my first day using it. It's been a safe queen for about 4 months over the winter. So just a couple of things initially that I will say. It's lightweight, and even with the suppressor, zero comp optic, you're looking at probably right around that 11 pound mark, something like that, with the bipod and everything. So it'll get you into the lightweight class or the production class of NRL Hunter, at least how I've got it set up here. A couple things that I really like. I love the adjustability back here on the buttstock. Everything is easily adjustable. Cheek height is just a throw lever, spring loaded, so you can really get it fine-tuned on the fly quick. Length of pull is just to loosen up, pull in and out. You've got height adjustment. All that's good. The bolt is nice and smooth, no binding. Understanding I've only got about 40 to 60 rounds through this thing here today. The trigger is 2-stage, and it's nice. Some of the original complaints about this rifle when it first came out, I saw it at SHOT Show a few years ago. The trigger was really gritty and pretty heavy and horrible. They've smoothed it out considerably. I think it's really nice. My one downside that is just probably a training issue at this point is that I'm used to these heavy, wide flat bottoms of the chassis and the stocks for PRS type competition. And so when you've got this very low profile and almost round, forend on this rifle, there could have the potential to be some rotational kind of instability. But you may have seen me in the video just kind of really working that barricade bag when I put it on top of the tripod. That was really just to kind of make a channel for this thing. Now, I should have been doing that all along with my barricade bag, right? Like, you should be working your barricade bag to get the most stable platform that you can. And so once I really made it a point to work that barricade bag in and make a channel for this to sit in, the instability issues went right out the window. So running a dead air can up on the front, Atlas bipod. Guys, my initial impressions of it, this is great. I'm really looking forward to using it. I was using Peterson factory ammo today. It's 140 grain ELDM, and it was doing very well. I mean, no troubles for this kind of an environment, this kind of a competition like an NRL Hunter seems to be really good. So if you're familiar with a guy named Daniel Horner, Army Marksmanship Unit, he uses a Sig Cross in his NRL competitions. So if that says anything about the rifle's capability, now obviously it's Daniel, so he could pretty much use whatever the heck he wants and still do well with it. But I think it's a good rifle, even still. So nothing but good things to say about it just yet. Anyway, it seems to be a nice, solid platform, and it won't break the bank either. So there's a little extra tidbit about the Sig Cross rifle for you guys. Leave me some comments down below. Help me understand if there's anything I could have done a little better, a little more efficiently, anything like that. That would be great. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more great videos from Precision Rifle Network. Thanks.